This is what to do if you don't have your coordinating die.
Hi everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to
Brennan's Crafty Corner.
Hi everyone, my name is Brennan, design team member for Stamp Anything. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing with you a card that's fairly simple, has a really cool stenciling technique to go along with it, and shows you what you can do with a big floral stamp if you don't have a coordinating die. So let's get straight into it because I really want you to see this, but just be warned, I think I make a controversial design choice at the end, so be ready for that. Be prepared. Just be prepared, because I like it. I don't think everyone is going to, though. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So today, we are going to be using the Poppy stamp set from the Annie's Garden collection. When I planned out this video and this card, I had a much different idea. However, I don't have the coordinating die set, and I'm honestly not sure even if there is one for this stamp set, so I was going to use my scanning cut to cut it out and color it in and do the standard. However, because these little lines here aren't connected, because that's just the style of this image, it wouldn't cut that well on my scanning cut. I know there's workarounds, I could fussy cut it, but I don't have time for either of those things, because I'm a lazy crafter. So I've decided to do a fairly simple card, but it's going to look really, really pretty. We're going to pair it with the Fred pattern stencil from the newest release, and it's just going to look really, really cool. It's not going to be super time consuming, but it's still going to look awesome, so I think that's like the perfect combination. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have my piece of paper here, and it's 3.5 inches by 4.75 inches. And I'm going to be using my Sizzix Stamp and Spin tool. I'm just going to lay this down towards the top. And I'm not going to use a stencil immediately, but I want to make sure the stencil will cover it nicely. So I'm going to put it on these two holes here and just look. It's looking pretty good. I'm actually just going to move the stencil up slightly, and then I think we should be good. Our paper is within the stencil nicely, so I can take the stencil off. And for this background, I'm just going to be doing some simple ink blending. I'm going to be using some Simon Hurley ink in the colors Triple Berry, Prom Queen, and then Roar. So we'll have Triple Berry on the bottom, Prom Queen in the middle, and then Roar at the very top.
And now it's time to start ink blending. I'm going in with that Roar ink first, and I think the best way to ink blend, especially with these inks, is slow and steady. You can occasionally get harsh marks. It doesn't happen very often, and it's more so like if you accidentally tilt your sponge if you're using a domed blending sponge and just like hit it with the side, and that's how you get harsh marks. But if you're going slow and steady, honestly with any ink and any kind of applicator, it will come out much, much better. So now I'm going in with that Prom Queen, and I think at the end I go back in with Roar to fix it a little, or I might go back in with Prom Queen. I honestly forget. I did this last night, so yeah. But I'm just blending this all together, and I'm going to bring that Prom Queen almost to the bottom, because I don't want the next darker purple color to like take over it and make it all disappear. So lastly, I'm going to go in with that Triple Berry eventually. Once I grab it, there we go. Now I'm going to go in with that Triple Berry at the bottom. And I feel like I took up too much room, so I'm going to bring it up into the pink, and I think I do go in with the pink again after, because I want to just get a little bit more up into that orange area, so it showed up better, because, you know, there's not a lot of pink there, and there's a lot more orange now. So I'm almost done with that Triple Berry, and if you see me brushing my hand, it's just because my sponges are kind of disintegrating, because they're very old, so I need new sponges. But I'm going to go back in with that Prom Queen, just to blend it into the Triple Berry a little bit more, and then up into that Roar, just to make the Prom Queen a little bit more visible, and just so there's more of it.
Okay, so I'm done with the first round of ink blending. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Fred pattern stencil, and I'm going to put it right over this, and I'm going to ink blend right through it. This way, we already have a lot of that color down, but what I'm going to do now is just darken that color where the triangles are, where the kind of triangles, because they're not really triangles.
And we're back to ink blending. Once again, I'm just going to go Roar, and then I'm just going to blend this. This stencil will come off a little, I'll just put it right back on. But we're not doing anything special here. We're literally just getting ink through the stencil. Now we're going to go in with the Prom Queen. Once again, not doing anything special. We're just darkening the color underneath by adding more ink. So the blending's already done. We're just literally adding more ink to darken certain areas. And lastly, I'm going in with that Triple Berry at the bottom, just to darken those triangles.
Okay, so my ink blending is all done, and I could go up and remove this stencil, but I want to try something I have actually never tried before, so I have no clue how that's going to go. I have this white paint pen. What I've done before is I've gone in with a black pen, and when I've done this technique, I've gone around that inner portion, but I want to try it with this white paint pen. And a white gel pen would probably totally work, but I find a white gel pen can become really see-through, so I'm going to try this, and I'm literally no clue if it's going to work. And this is going to take a while, but if it works, I think it will be worth it, and I hope it will be worth it. So we're gonna hope it works. Okay, so I've gone around, I have done every single triangle, at least I think I have. So it's time to reveal. Okay, that came out cool. I really like that. Just look at that. It looks so cool. Here we have our background now, so all we have left to do is just stamp on our floral. So I've moved my paper down just a little because though I'm not stamping and spinning, I'm going to be using the Stamp and Spin attachment lid just because it's a little bit smaller than the regular sized lid and more manageable and actually fits under my camera when it's fully standing. So we have no issue of me knocking over my filming stand because that has happened one too many times. So I have my poppy stamp, and just before you put this down, if you do this technique, make sure your marker is dry, whether it's the gel pen or the paint marker. Mine's dry, so I'm all good. So I think I want to do the floral over here and kind of give it like a tilt in. I think I like that placement. So now I'm just going to attach on my lid and I'm going to press it down and it will pick up this stamp. Then I can actually take the lid right back off just so I can ink it on a flat surface. And now, since it's all inked up, I can put this right back on my stamp platform and press it down. And there we go. I think that's good enough. There's just like a little bit where it could use a bit more ink, but I'm not worried about it. So here is that card front almost done. We just have to add a sentiment somewhere. Honestly, not sure where it's going to go though. Honestly, not even sure what sentiment I'm going to use. I've decided on a sentiment. I'm going to use this Celebrate sentiment, once again from the same Poppy Annie's Garden Collection stamp set. I'm just going to put this paper, back on my sticky mat so I can stamp it again. So I think it would look best right here because it kind of fits in between that flower petal right there and this leaf on the bottom, and it makes it look like it was intentional and really cool. Up here would also work well, or right here, but I'm thinking right here maybe is the best, in my opinion. If you want it somewhere else, that's perfectly fine. I like where that sentiment is placed, so I'm going to go in with my lid here, lock it into place, and then press it down to pick up the stamp. And then once more, I'm just going to take this off. I think that flower is still wet. I just don't want to chance it, y'all, so I'm just going to go in and ink it up. Ink it holding the lid with my hand. And this lid's not too large, so it's pretty easy to hold with my hand. See, kind of like a little paint palette, kind of. Or maybe better like the tray that the servers use at a restaurant. I think that's better because the paint palette would have a thumb hole. Do all of them have thumb holes? I'm interested. Anyways, we're gonna stamp this down. And there we go. Our card front is basically done. We could add some embellishments. I don't think I am though, because I think I just like it the way it is and I don't want to touch it. So I think what I'm about to do next could be very controversial and could possibly get me canceled. So I want to add a little bit of black to the back of this card, or to like the background. Well, not the background. Well, to the background of the card to be the background for the panel. You get my drift. Anyways, I have a piece of black cardstock here that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Your typical like little black mat around a 4 by 5 1/4 card front. So you could add it like this because I still want to have some white in that background. But this is going to get me canceled. I know it. What if we turn this and have it like off-centered, off everything? Nothing's normal. Never done before. Never recreate it. Never the same. What if we do it kind of crazy like this? I feel like some of you are gonna absolutely love this or hate it, or you might all hate it, and I might never make a video again, and I might run off in hiding. So let me know what you think of this decision because I'm doing it. So we're just gonna, add a little bit of glue. Okay, so I'm gonna add my glue, and you know what I'm gonna say to anyone who doesn't like it? I don't care. I love how it's gonna turn out. So I'm just gonna glue this whole thing because I'm not exactly sure where it's gonna stick. Watch me hate it in the end. That would be kind of funny, but I think I'm gonna like it. At least I hope I am. Okay, give it a good press. And now what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna go around the back side with a pair of scissors to cut off these excess triangles. Okay, I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm actually so happy I did this. I don't care what you think. I hope you all know it's fine. If you don't like it, I am actually sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I also am loving the fact that like every corner, when it's lined properly, is gonna hit the white space. Up here, it's barely, but I just think it's perfect that it's gonna happen. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit of foam tape to the back of this to pop it up, and then I'm gonna push it down, and then we will be done. Okay, so I have the foam tape on the back of this, and now I'm going to try to my best to place this fairly evenly. I think that was fairly good. Probably could have done a little better, but you know what? It's on. It looks good. And here is our finished card. This is different for me. This is pretty different for me, but especially with that offset black in the back. But oh my gosh, I just really love how this came out so much. So, I just have to ask again. What do you think about the offset black background? I asked my grandma after I made the card, and she was like, I like the front of it, but why'd you do the thing in the back? I'm like, well, I had a feeling this was gonna happen. But thank you so much for watching. I really, really love this card. It was just so fun to make because I tried something for the first time and it worked, which is always great when that happens, by the way, because you never know, and especially when you're recording, because you can be like, oh, look what I did. But thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in any of the Stamp Anything products, I will have linked them down below, as well as to the Stamp Anything website. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, everyone, and happy crafting.